What's up, guys? Welcome to the Momentum Trading Lab. Today, I'm going to give you a free copy of my ICT Trading Center. This tool will give you valuable insights on your trading strategies and trading habits and will help you become a more disciplined and profitable trader. Without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, so the first feature that we have in the Trading Center is the market data. So if you expand this area, this will give you a price banner, a TradingView chart, and an economic calendar. This is pretty simple. So the next one is the accounts data. So right here, you can configure all of your different accounts. So if you are a prop firm trader, I'm assuming you have a bunch of different accounts. So if we have a look at the first widget right here, you'll see that it gives you the account balance, the win rate on the account, the amount of trades, the amount of wins, your discipline score. So this is something that I really like, and I'll show you how this is calculated, but it's basically calculated on your trading journal based on your trading strategies checklist and the goal progress. So if you click on the widget, you can put in the initial amount. So this was a 50K account at Bulanox, and you can put in a goal. So for instance, the goal on this one is 70K, and then you have a goal progress bar that will automatically calculate based on the initial balance and the goal. Right, so you can see this is all of the different accounts. We've got some Bulanox accounts, some Top Step accounts, and some evaluation accounts. So you can change the account type. You can click on that. So the options are funded evaluation. So this is if you are doing a combine, for instance, a simulation account or a self-funded account. And then to the right, we have a widget that sums up the Bulanox account. So the balance, the P&L, the average win rate, the average discipline score, and the average goal progress. And then right below it, I have exactly the same for the Top Step funded accounts. Right, so that's the data for your accounts. And then next up, we have the analytics. So this is your win rate across all of your different accounts, the average discipline score, the amount of trades, the net P&L. And then to the right, we have some time-based win rates. So this is for the different kill zones, the different silver bullets, the different time macros. So it will show you your win rate and how many trades you opened in that specific kill zone. So you'll see we have the London kill zone, the silver bullet, the New York sessions, as well as the different macros. And then to the right, we have day of the week win rates. So you can see the win rate on each specific day and how many trades you have opened on those specific days. And then next up, you have the trading journal and checklist. So right now it just shows all of my trades that I have opened, but you can add a filter to this and then it will just make managing this a little bit easier. So if you click on this icon that says filter, it will give you basically all of the attributes and you want to use date. And then what I normally do is I change this to is, and then I expand this and I say today. All right, so then it will show you all of the trades for today. And you'll see right now it doesn't show anything. So we'll open a trade right now. So you click on new, and then what you want to do is you want to click on this button that says open inside peak. So what I do is if I'm going to open this on all of my Bulanox accounts, I will select all of them. Right, and then the asset that I'm going to trade, so I normally trade the NASDAQ, then day of the week. And then if you have a bias, you can put that in here. So let's say on this day we are bullish and we want to go long. All right, so you'll see up until this point, we have filled in a couple of things, but our rules percentage score is still 0. So right here is where my trading checklist starts. So the first thing is, are we in a kill zone or a macro? So let's expand that. So you'll see here are all of the different options. You've got the silver bullets, the kill zones, and the macros. So let's say we are just opening this trade in the New York AM kill zone. You'll see there the score starts to go up. Then the next thing is, so for me, I want to see price trade into a level of liquidity or into a higher time frame PD array. So this rules percentage gauge will check that you have one of these items met. So if you expand this, you'll see we have relative equal lows, relative equal highs, previous month high and low, previous week high and low, previous day high and low. A couple of different things that I look at, for instance, the New York afternoon high or low. You can add anything if I don't have everything in here. So let's say we select the previous day's high. Actually, let's make it the previous day's low because we are bullish in this example. And let's also say this is overlapping with a daily order block. All right, so now as we fill in things, you'll see this will go up. So higher time frame premium or discount. Is price below the opening price? Yes, it is. Is there displacement with a market structure shift? And is there a PD array in discount of the displacement leg? So that is kind of my trading strategy. And you'll see if we check all of these items, that is what I need to enter a trade. And then I just fill in, okay, I'm going to enter in a order block in discount of the displacement leg. And then normally when I have 78%, that is when I can enter the trade. And then once the trade is played out, then you have to ask yourself, did you follow stop loss discipline? So were you disciplined with your stop loss placement? I would say yes, I was. And the same with your take profit. So you didn't fiddle around. You stuck to the plan that you initially had. Then you can mark that as well. And then you will have a discipline score of 100%. And then this will just be for analytical purposes in the future. The size, the amount of contracts that you went in with, let's just say that was 3. And the amount of profit that we made is, let's just say, $1,000. Okay, and then one thing that I have in here as well is the trade duration. So the time from entry to exit. So this will also just be for some analytical purposes in the future. So that was 180 minutes. That is 3 hours. And then any thoughts that you had, for instance, the draw on liquidity, what was the narrative? Was there any news? And then you can put your chart in here as well. So what I like to do is quickly get my TradingView loaded up. Okay, so what I like do is you go to this item right here, the little camera that says take a snapshot, and you say copy link. And then you go to Notion and you copy that link under embed link. So if you are on Windows, you can just do a Control V to paste it in there. And now it is stored in there. So when you need to review your trades, you can just click on that and it will open it in your browser and you can review whatever happened in the trade. All right, so like I said, I have this open as the setup is printing. And once I have a 78%, then I can enter the trade. And if I was disciplined with my stop loss and my TP levels, I come and mark that. And that will give me a 100% for the discipline rating. All right, so that's your checklist. And like I said, I use the filter. So that makes everything just a little bit easier to manage. But if you want to delete the filter, just click on the filter, go to these 3 dots, and then you can delete the filter and then it will show all of your different trades. Next up, I have a risk management section. So this is normally my scaling plan for a 50K account. I'm not going to go through it, but I'll leave it in here if you guys want to have a read through that. But basically what I use is this area. So let's say you have a 50K account and you are risking 1% of the account on a trade. You fill in that 1% right here. You choose the asset that you want to trade. So right here we have the micro NASDAQ, MNQ. And then the important thing is the stop loss value. So quickly go back to TradingView. So let's say you enter your trade. You enter right here. The stop loss value is say 20 points, right? You fill in that 20 points right here. And you click calculate. And this will tell you that you can enter with 12 contracts to lose $480. And you can put in the take profits as well. And it will show you how much your take profit will be on those 12 contracts. Okay, and then the next thing is the calendar view. So this is pretty nice. You have the option for a weekly view or a monthly view. So right now this is showing a weekly view. You can see all of the different trades that you took on that specific day. If you want to see the month view, you can do that as well. So it will show you, you opened a trade on the NASDAQ. It was in the afternoon kill zone. You made $300 on each account and the discipline rating was 78%. And if it's green, it was a win. All right. And then I also added my process flow. So you analyze the market. You go to your entry requirements. If you get that 78%, like I showed in the checklist, then you go to risk parameters. You get the position size. So you make sure you are within your risk parameters. Then you enter the position. You do the trade management on that position. And once you are done, you make sure that you have journaled and reviewed that trade. Right, so that is the different features of the trading center. So next up, I'll show you how you can set this up and change up the checklist, because I know not everyone is going to have the same checklist as I do. I'm going to show you how you can change this and still have the discipline core basically work, even though you have changed the calculations right here. Okay, so to do this setup, the first thing that you need to do is you need to set up your different accounts. So go to accounts, expand that area, make sure you are on dashboard view, and then you click on new. So it will pop up this window. Now you can give the account a name. So let's say that you have a top step account. Let's call it top step XFA1 and the account type. So it is a funded account. The initial balance is, let's say 50K. Let's say your goal is to get to 53,000, put in your goal. All right, so that's all that you have to put in. So you have your account set up. And if you have multiple top step express funded accounts, you can click on these three dots and click on duplicate, and then click on this and just call this one XFA number 2. All right, so let's say you also have a second prop firm that you use. Click on new, call this Bulanox. So your Bulanox master account 1. This is also a funded account. The initial balance is 50,000. The first payout is normally at 54,100. All right. So one thing that I need to mention is that there is a offset. So if you do your different trades in the trading journal and you see there might be a small difference between the account balance on your trading platform and on the trading center, and that might be because of fees or whatever it may be, then you can put in a offset. So let's say there was a difference of $10 between your value on the trading platform and on this trading center. Put in a 10 and it will automatically add that 10 to the account balance. All right, so now we have some accounts set up, and then to the right where you have the overview widgets. So you can click on this. So let's say we want an overview of all our top step accounts, top step funded accounts. And now you can link those accounts to this widget. And we want to see the top step XFA and XFA2. You'll see it start to calculate everything. Total equity 100,000. All right, and then this one we want to use for our Bulanox accounts, and select Bulanox, and it will pull all the relevant information in here. All right, so now you have the account set up. The next thing that you want to do is you want to set up the analytics. So all you have to do is you click on the widget and you link all of your accounts to this widget. So link the top step accounts and the Bulanox accounts, and you do the same with the time-based win rates, and you do the same with the day of the week win rates. Okay, so your analytics will now be set up. So let's go to the trading journal. Okay, so under the trading journal and checklist section, you can click on the new button. It will add a new trade entry. So if you click on new, you can say, I'm going to trade this on all of my accounts. So I'm going to select the 3 that we configured. The asset that we are going to trade is going to be the NASDAQ. Day of the week, let's just say Wednesday. The bias on that particular day for this example was bullish. we are going to go long, and we are going to open a trade in the London kill zone. The level of liquidity will be the previous day's low. You'll see the rules percentage starting to go up because we are in a kill zone or a macro, and we traded into a level of liquidity. Price is in a higher time frame discount area below the opening price. Displacement into a market structure shift with a PD array in the discount area of the displacement leg, and the PD array that we are going to use for entry. Just for the example, I'm going to use a breaker block. So now we can enter. All those items have been met. So once the trade is played out and you were disciplined with your stop loss and your take profit levels, then you can mark these items and it will give you 100% for your discipline rating. You can put in the size. So let's just say it was 3 contracts and we made $1,000. So there's also a trade duration. So in the future, I will add some analytics for trade duration. So I'm just going to say 180 minutes for 3 hours. You can put in any thoughts in here, any ideas, anything that you saw in the market. And then we have the chart area. You're going to go to TradingView. You're going to click on the take a snapshot and click on the copy link. Then you can paste that under the embed link area. Okay, so now you have your trade documented. And if we go back to the analytical area, because we opened this trade in the London kill zone, it will show 100% because that was a win. And the amount of trades was 3 because that was on the 3 different accounts. And you'll start to see it will populate 100% for Wednesday and all of the different ones. And if we go to accounts, you'll see it updated that on all of your different accounts. Okay, if you have a different trading strategy to mine, I'm going to quickly show you how you can change the discipline formula. So what you want to do is you want to come to trade journal and checklist, and then come to the right where it says new, but click on the arrow and go to the one that says new trade. Then you click on the 3 icons and you say edit template. Okay, so like I previously mentioned, these items are linked to the rules percentage, and that is what is used for the discipline score on the widgets. So let's say you want to add something or maybe remove something. I'm going to show you both. So let's say you want to add a checklist item. You'll first have to expand all the different properties and then go to add property. Okay, and it needs to be a checkbox. So I'm just going to add one for, let's say, SMT divergence. All right, so we can drag that to the top. Let's put it there. All right, so now you will notice that if we click on SMT divergence, the rules percentage does not pick it up like the others. So we need to add that in the calculation. So to do that, you expand the hidden properties, and then you want to go to rules met total. Click on that, click on edit property, go to edit. All right, so you'll see this is actually, it looks a little bit complex, but it's not. So if you want to add something, just click the plus icon and then just start typing if, and you'll see here under functions, it will give you a if with the brackets, and then you just start typing the item that you added. So we said SMT divergence. Okay, so it added the SMT divergence. And then you'll see the other ones, they have a comma, 1, comma, 0. So that just says, if the item is checked, give me a 1. If it's not, give me a 0. So right there, just add a comma, a 1, a comma, and a 0. All right, so that has been added to the rules met. The next thing is the rules met factor. Click on that, say edit. So you'll see this formula. It takes the rules met total that we just configured, and it calculates the factor that is used to calculate the percentage. So if you added something, I had 9 items, you have to increase that to 10 so that it takes into account the SMT divergence. And that is it. So now if we go back and we click on SMT divergence, you'll see the rules met factor went up. Okay, so I've showed you how to add an item to the checklist. So if you want to remove something, so let's say for instance, you want to remove the opening price, you can click on it and say delete property. So you will notice that the rule percentage item is going to basically break. So you'll see it's not going to work. So you need to adapt the formula. So you are going to expand the hidden properties and you are going to go to the rules met total edit property. Okay, so you'll see the one that we deleted. It made a strange little symbol right there. So we can just remove that and say done. And then we need to go to the rules met factor. And here the formula is rules met total divided by 10 because we had 10 items in the checklist, but we deleted one. So now this needs to be a 9. Okay, now that is configured. So let's hide all of this and check if it is working. So I need one of these to be true, starts to go up. And the kill zone. And that went to 100% if we checked off all of the items in the checklist. Right, so now you know how to add items and how to remove them and keep the discipline score still working. Okay, so to download your free copy of the checklist, there will be a link to my Discord server in the description of the video. So all you need to do is go into the Discord server, scroll down a bit. It's right underneath the Momentum Trading Lab Trading School area. There will be a section called MTL ICT Trading Center. Click on free download. You just click on the link and it will import the ICT Trading Center into your Notion account. And if you have any questions, if you are struggling to get it up and running, you are free to ask any questions in there and I will do them as soon as I can. All right, guys, if you gained any value from this video, if you enjoyed the ICT Trading Center, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.